Hello everybody, this is the Audio Porpoise coming to you again with another episode of SC2VN. I didn't mess it up that time, I'm proud of myself. Anyway, in this video, this is as far as I've gotten, so at this point it's me going, I know as much as you guys do. Well, probably less, because somebody's probably played this before. But anyway, I will. Without further ado, let's get into the video. True to her word, Jet sent me a reminder to get over to the Golden Zone Fire for some morning practice. I enjoy playing online and all, but matching against someone only a few feet away is way more productive. Talking over games in person makes it easier to get feedback and improve, and that's what I need more than anything else. The sting from my failure at the VSL qualifier will take some time to fade. I don't want to experience that pain ever again. I catch sight of Jet in a middle row, her attention locked on a ladder game. Without disturbing her, I take a seat at her side and watch the match unfold. Fierce taps and clicks rattle her keyboard. Her focus never drops from the game, much less her monitor. She's ahead, though not by much. It's not long until she extends her lead in the game and, a few minutes later, uses a sigh of relief when her opponent rage quits out. There's no need for me to consult my Korean skills to understand his final message. Zerg Imba. You actually showed. Color me surprised. How could I not? The better question is how you have the free time to practice with some amateur. I'm the charitable sort, obviously. Anyway, so let's stop wasting time. You've paid for your PC, yeah? I nod and lock myself into the station next to her. A minute later, the two of us are grinding out practice matches. The master game is beat down. I can't control the defenses when I attack and I'm barely holding on to them when she goes on the offense. She's just as unforgiving and pointing out my mistakes as she is in game. You wall at the ramp is your natural... Your wall at the ramp to your natural is trash. How the heck do you get away with this? You're asking to be busted. It's not really something I think about that much. I just throw it up, you know? Fix it or be punished. That probably isn't an idle threat. Chip is the type of player capable of ending the game instantly if she can capitalize on the right kind of mistake. Her style has been characterized as both passive and reactive. She takes her time and watches her opponents, patient for the right moments to strike. She only takes a risk if it's calculated and in her favor. Given her form of success, the style has suited her quite well, though I can't help but wonder why she hasn't been performing at a previous level. Maybe she's lost her killer instinct? Guess not. A remainder of the skill difference between us rushes up the ramp to my natural expansion and crushes my wall, as promised. In the aftermath of the destruction... Give me just a second, I am going to turn the noises down. That should be better. In the aftermath of the destruction, she storms my base and seizes an easy win. Jet revels in her victory with a predatory smile. Wrecked. Before we get into the next game, I catch sight of a familiar face coming into the cafe. Edgelord McGee. Edgelord McGee, with my horrible attempt at a solid snake impression. Huh. Isn't that Edgelord McGee from last night? Hey Jet, do you know who that is? I thumb in the stranger's direction as he passes by us, his attention occupied by his cell phone screen. Jet trails a look after him, wrinkles her nose, and shrugs. He's a KTPA player. Protoss, what about him? Come on, let's get on to the game around. Seriously? He was that all-out attack yesterday. What's he doing outside of his team house 2 days in a row? They're only figuratively chained to the desk. Not all of them are shut-ins. Stop wasting time, let's go. I double-take away from Jet to find the player in question seated a few rows in front of us. And he's got the StarCraft 2 client open. Why would a KPGA player spend his practice time on anything but Brood War? Should I ask him for a game? I think I'm gonna ask him for a game. What? No, hold on. Wait, you can't just... But before she can stop me, I rise and shuffle my way past the rows of computers. Jet shoots me a withering glare over the top of her station before ducking back down. Even though I barely interacted with the guy, I can't help but feel anxious as I edge closer to his PC. Sure, he was a bit rude when we spoke, but the challenge a KPGA pro is too good to pass up, especially if I'm trying to step up my game. He's about to jump into a match when I clear my throat right behind him. He suddenly alt-tabs and then returns to regard me through half-lit eyes. What? Excuse me, would you mind a practice game? No, I'm just here to... He pauses. Recognition flits across his face. You're that chick from All Out Attack yesterday, aren't you? For a moment, he looks ready to dismiss me and get to laugh track, but at the last second, he nods. Alright, one game. With a final nod, I return to my station. A moment later, he and I share a game lobby and are just about ready to begin. He's playing on a barcode account. Typical. How have I still not managed to catch this guy's name? A sharp tap against my headphones announces Jet's return and displeasure. You obnoxious. If you lose and embarrass me by associations, I'm going to pretend I don't know you. 1 second. Anything else Jet has to say is drowned out along with the sounds of golden zone fire when I pull the ear pad back on. He plays Protoss? If the idea behind practicing against a good player is to improve, I should probably play standard. Still, the temptation to all in is always there. How sick would it be to grab a quick one on a KPGA player? Play out a standard game, that's what you're here for. Actually, though, my competitive spirit is coming out. Screw it, I'm not in the mood for macro. Macro, control of common economic timings and the game's flow. The necessary for every player, those that favor passive or defensive tendency strategies tend to focus on macro. I place 2 early barrages mid-map just outside his scouting path. With luck, he won't see my strategy until it's coming at him. My heart pounds as I watch my marine count go. He still hasn't scouted my all-in. This is a huge advantage. I've got this. I bring my marines to his base and charge up the ramp leading to his high ground. I leave an SCV on the low ground to construct a bunker just in case I have to fall out. He retreats with his lone zealot and begins to chrono boost something out of his gateway, likely a stalker. He still hasn't pulled his probe, so I start heading towards the mineral line. Crap, he preemptively pulled a handful of probes and hit them out of my vision. With my exit cut off, I won't be able to escape. Things look even worse when he gets his first stalker out. He might actually hold this. I do everything I can to salvage the situation, but it's still too late. The single marine I managed to get into my bunker is useless at this point. From the low ground, I can't do any damage to his units. My attack was completely routed. Even though he didn't scout out the rush, he defended without even breaking a sweat. I don't have long to sulk before the KPGA player makes his way over to me with a smirk. As promised, Jet is nowhere to be seen. That was ugly. The worst part is I don't even disagree with him. Yeah, well, nice micro, I guess. You guess? Well, maybe you're right. Didn't take that much effort to defend against such a pitiful rush. His grin darkens to one without humor. Is this guy serious? What the heck is your problem? You demand a game and whine when you get a little pushback? Luke's is talking. Every note knows your type. The foreigner out there to make a name for himself. You fly out here on a whim and waste 6 weeks training. You are the first, and unfortunately, you won't be the last. Your plane ticket doesn't even buy you the right to call yourself a pro gamer. Save your money and go back home. I feel the heat rise to my face, half in anger and half in embarrassment. I've never dealt well with confrontation. But before I can say anything else, a jet steps out from around the corner and cuts between the two of us. Still great at making friends, huh, Bolt? He glances between the two of us, surprised. After a moment's pause, the so-called Bolt seizes back his smirk and meets Jet with a step forward. Been a while, hasn't it? What's a supposed Star League champion doing with trash like this? Bolt looks past her and tilts his head towards me. I take a step towards him, but an open palm from Jet stops me from going any farther. Oh, snap, son! Nerd fight! Maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Jumping ship to a scene bloated with foreign money has its upsides, but it won't be long before you forget the dignity of a pro gamer. The dignity of a pro gamer, huh? You make it sound so distinguished. You've changed for the worst and you don't even realize it. How sad. Shouldn't be much longer until the KPGA finally accepts that there's no future in Brood War. You're smart enough to know what happens then. But hey, the scene could always use more casters. Whatever you say. For the record, what excuse did you give back to your coach for another day off? VIP's a little more lax than Shock T1, but I might want to borrow it someday. At that, Bolt scowls. Jet doesn't waste the opening and strikes again. Don't worry, Dong sang. Your secret's safe with me. Run along now. I'm sure you got coins to flip or something. The standoff lasts for a moment longer before Bolt lets out a lazy shrug, instantly killing the intensity in his expression. I've got better things to do than offer advice to a mouthy cello. Do what you want. He thumbs his nose at me and returns to his station without another word. As soon as Bolt's out of sight, Jet takes my arm and in a vice and practically drags me away. What the heck was that? He didn't even scout you. How is it? Is this how they play on the NA service? After a heated confrontation, her concerned with the matches before anything else, I almost laugh. It was stupid of me. I thought I could grab a quick win. Play what you practice. For the sakes, if you're going to win to 2 racks in a tournament match, you better be dang sure you've done it 100 times on ladder. Reporting critique diffuses the tensions from moments prior, even if it doesn't exactly make me feel any better. When she's done going through my long list of mistakes, Jet flicks a hand towards the PCs. Come on, queue up again. Queue up a game against me. I really like the art style for this one. I told Jet that I wasn't feeling up to practice after we played a few more one-sided games. She seemed annoyed, but agreed with my suggestions to make a short break. Back in high school, I used to spend most of my time at the library when class was over. To be honest, this is probably the most time I've willingly spent time outside of my room since then. I'm not the type to read or for fun or study diligently, but it was nice to have the place to go to be on my own. I miss those afternoons since I graduated. But Golden Zone Fire is a good replacement hangout as good as a replacement hangout as I could hope for. It's clean and comfortable, and this is pretty much everything I need to stay for 24/7. That isn't an exaggeration. Some of the patrons here look practically glued to their chairs. With a milk tea from one of the vending machines in hand, I return to my seat across from Jet. She's not wearing the same scowl from earlier, but I can tell she'd rather be practicing. What are you drinking? She snatches the can up from across her and takes a long sip. Coffee. What kind of coffee? Coffee is coffee. I don't drink sugary junk. And, for the record, it's obnoxious to challenge someone that you don't know to a match. Is it really such a huge deal? All I wanted was a practice game. Do you know those types that stream snipe and start crap on message boards so that people pay attention to them. All too well, unfortunately. That's you, except you did it in real life. Bolt's a real tool, though, isn't he? What kind of prick? Jet cuts herself off with a hiss and grits her teeth. How do you know him? His name is Bolt? Yes, he plays for Shulk T1. Shock, huh? Bolt must be a new recruit. I haven't paid much attention to them or any other Brood War team since StarCraft 2 came out, but he definitely wasn't on their roster a year ago. Right, but how do you know him? Jet clicks her tongue and breaks her gaze away from mine. I silently appreciate the reprieve from her death glare. Anyway, guys, that has been the next episode 4 of SC2VN. I want to say it's 4. I hope it's 4, otherwise it's going to look dumb. But anyway, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!